Yeah, I think the brief this year was very much about scale. And scale is an interesting thing looking back into the past at some enormous edifices that have been built. And of course, with the economy with which we have to build today, it's impossible to build things at the kind of scale that they were built on before. So I was interested in trying to produce something at a smaller scale that evoked the idea of the grand scale of buildings of the past. And that's what eventually inspired the idea, which was to recreate the fallen part of Malmesbury Abbey, which of course is 10 times the size of the OSB version that we designed ourselves. Well, increasingly difficult meeting sustainability targets now. To begin with, it was about the nature of the material that you were specifying and how that material might be won out of the ground or otherwise, and the amount of energy consumed in doing that. Now it's about whole life cycle costings as well. So it's important to consider every aspect of the material. So in the case of OSB, it's not just the timber that is within that now, it's the way in which it's bonded together. It's the sources from which those come and the degree of transportation involved. All of those things that we need to think about now when we specify materials for buildings. Yeah, working with OSB Zero, I probably have more experience of it than many architects might have, in that part of my role, I teach at the University of Bath. And I teach undergraduate students, and one or two of the projects, particularly the first project they get involved in, these are architecture students and engineering students. They work in teams and they have to build something with a certain amount of limited materials that they're given, which includes OSB. So I've seen these group projects come to fruition over, I guess, the last decade, and I've seen many of the students having to try to master the workability of OSB and the ways in which they might be able to join that with other materials as well. And I believe that's informed my understanding of the degree of accuracy that you can achieve with the material, and the way it's cut and the way it's used and the way it's bonded to other materials as well. So that's been particularly helpful for me.